Raise your hand if you don't like school lunch. Whether you find it disgusting or just not your taste, we have all been there. But have you ever stopped to think that the food you reject could be a meal that others couldn't dream of? Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most urgent and heartbreaking issues of our time, world hunger. It may sound shocking to you, but millions of people around the world are going hungry every single day. Hunger is not just a number. It is a reality that demands our attention and our actions. So why should we care about world hunger? The answer is very simple. Hunger is not just about food. It's about dignity, justice, and the future of humanity. There are many factors that contribute to world hunger. But to truly make a difference, we have to understand root causes. World hunger is not just a natural disaster. It is a man-made crisis. A mix of issues like poverty, food waste, conflict, climate changes, and inequalities plays a significant role in perpetuating this problem. Today, we will focus on two key causes, poverty and food waste. Poverty is the biggest driver of hunger. It is not just an economic issue. It affects every aspect of a human being. If a family cannot afford food, they simply go hungry. In fact, over 700 million people around the world live in poverty, and 200 million of them are in India. While China has made great strides in reducing poverty, over 55 million of them still live in poverty here. Imagine a child going to bed hungry because their parent cannot even afford a small piece of bread. Imagine a family surviving on a tiny amount of food for an entire year while we enjoy meals full of delicious flavorful food. A few of us might have experienced hunger, but for most of us, it is even hard to imagine living like this every single day. Hunger is not a choice for many people around the world. It is an harsh reality they have to face because they simply cannot afford food, the most basic need for survival. Another big contributor to world hunger is food waste, something that all of us can relate to very easily. Food waste happens when food is prepared but never eaten and is thrown away instead. It might surprise you to learn that the food we waste every year could feed 1/3 of the world's population. That's a lot of food. It happens in so many ways. A cook makes too much food, a child refuses to eat what's on their plate, and we throw away leftovers without second thought. If you're not convinced enough, just take a look at the trash can in your school cafeteria. It's filled with pizzas, soup, vegetables, meat, rice, noodles, foods that could have been eaten but was wasted instead. We often downplay the significance of food waste, thinking that it doesn't really matter because there's always more food available. But every time we waste food, we waste what others could use to survive. We need to change this mindset. As world hunger continues to spread, more and more people are suffering both emotionally and physically. Hunger is a barrier to education, economic progress, and healthcare. A hungry child cannot focus on learning. A mother sacrifices a meal to feed her children, and the farmer watches his crop go due to drought, and the old people who are left with nothing because they have no energy to work. A student cannot focus on their education because they're hungry. How can they break the cycle of being in poverty? How can they hope to contribute to the future of their country? These are questions that people around the world are facing every single day. Hunger isn't just a problem. It is an obstacle that prevents them from living the life they deserve. Hunger also robs people of their dignity. When a person can't even meet their basic need for food, it is impossible for them to live in a way that will not strike them of the dignity of humanity. Hunger makes it impossible for someone to pursue their dreams or reach their full potentials. Without the energy to work or the ability to study, people are unable to improve their life and contribute to societies. So what can we do to help? You might think that it is only the responsibilities of governments and NGOs, but that is not true. We all have a part to play. Here are a few examples that we can do to make a difference. Number one, supporting NGOs that will help fight world hunger. For example, the United Nations World Food Program WFP have been providing emergency food assistance to millions of people in Yemen since 2015. The WFP reaches over 30 million people with food rations each month. provides nutritional support for children under 5 and pregnant women. You can help by donating just $1 a day. $1. It might seem small to you guys, but for those in need, it could mean a meal for an entire day. Number 2 is stop wasting food. It is something that we can do every single day. Look around. How much food is wasted in the cafeteria, at your home, or even at the restaurant? We can all make a difference by reducing or taking smaller portions and saying no thank you, 不用了谢谢, 충분합니다, when we have enough, and being mindful of what we throw away. If we reduce food waste globally, 2 major things could happen. More food will be available for people in need, and the food price will stabilize, making it more affordable for low-income families. Ending world hunger is not just the job of governments or organizations like NGOs. It is a responsibility that belongs to all of us. Whether it's donating to a cause, reducing food waste, or raising awareness, every action counts. Together we can create a world where no one goes to bed hungry, where everyone has enough to eat, and where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. This is not just a dream, it is a possibility. But it won't happen on its own. It will obviously take courage, compassion, and determination. It will take us challenging the status quo and working together toward a common goal. So I ask you today, let us not turn away from this challenge. Let us confront it with hope and resolve. Let us be the generation that ends world hunger once and for all. Thank you.